Now if you do it right, it's going to look like this. Okay, now you can see what we've got. Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today, we're gonna show you how to make a real hobo jug canteen. Stay tuned. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get a jug like this. This is a bleach jug. They used to be a gallon, which is 128 ounces, and now they're 121 ounces. So 7 ounces shy of a gallon. But the nice thing about these is they have a screw on top, and that's a lot better for carrying around. Now the one that I have, I'll show you a little bit later, it just has a snap top, which is okay, but again, you've got problems. If you happen to hit that pops loose, it's gonna come off. So this is better. And you can often find these in the garbage with a little bit of bleach in them. And of course, bleach is a water purifier. Just, what is it, 5 to 7 drops per gallon, depending on how much debris and turbidity and all that is in the water. So if there's a little bit of bleach left in here, you can scoop that up, and then that will help purify your water while you're out and about. So that's an old hobo trick that Craig shared with me, and you know him, you've seen some of his videos. Next, you're going to need some duct tape. And the duct tape is to protect the thin plastic from getting abraded and getting holes poked in it as you climb in and out of boxcars and as you travel around. And we have to do the bottom as well as the sides. So we will do the bottom first. And that's just a simple matter, of course, of crisscrossing the tape. And you don't have to go up the sides real far, just up to where this lip is. So we're going to start like right here, just above that, and just go across the bottom like so. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can tear that off and make sure that's laid down there good. And we're just going to do that on the whole bottom. I'll do that and get back with you. All right, so once you get that done, and make sure that's all pressed in firm so that the bottom is completely protected with multiple layers, especially in the center where it's going to ride a lot and vibrate. Then you just take the duct tape and we go around about halfway up to about right in here somewhere. And you do that by just one long continuous piece of tape, although you could use shorter pieces if you want. But I'm just going to start down here at the bottom and get a good piece going. So just a little bit up from the bottom here of the jug. And sorry about the loud noise there, but we're going to go around, and that's our first run, and I'm going to do the rest of this up to about here, and then we'll break it off. So this is what it looks like. I got it wrapped around the bottom and on the sides. And remember, there's a few wrinkles in here, but it doesn't have to be fancy. It's for protection. And also think about the fact that duct tape is a repair item. It's also good for starting fires as a tinder, and you can use it for just about anything, from waterproofing a tarp to whatever. So this also ensures that you have extra duct tape with you, and it'll peel off this plastic a lot easier than some other things. So just a good idea to have some extra. However, we are not done. One of the problems that we have is that even though the cap is threaded and it's a child-proof cap, you have to push down to get it off. But what happens if you lose that cap? Now you have a jug that's not much good. Of course, it's cheap and you can find another one. But there is a very simple fix. You're going to need a small nail and a lighter. And remember, this is modern hobo survival. I have people say, oh, we can't do that today. Yeah, this is all modern stuff. This is not a 1930s or 1920s hobo challenge. This part of the challenge has been a modern hobo series. So what you're going to do is you're going to heat the end of this up by using the lighter. It's like this. When you get that hot enough, you're going to go right to the very edge, right here of the cap, and without destroying anything, you're going to put a small hole just right in here, right down from the edge. Now if you do it right, it's going to look like this, kind of at an angle. We've got our nice little hole there. Just a very, very small hole. Then you want to take a piece of string, and this is a waxed bit of linen thread. And we're going to take it, we're going to run it through the hole like this, and then just tie it off with a couple of half hitches, or you can use a square knot if you wish. Okay, just like that. Pull it tight, but not too hard. You don't want to rip out the plastic. Now we take it and we screw it back on. Find out about where that sits. It's right there. And we take the rest of the thread and we go around here and we tie it off to the handle. Doesn't have to be fancy, and it doesn't have to be a big long knot either. When you get that done, go ahead and take your pocket blade and trim that off. And you can do that to both ends if you wish. I'll do that here as well. Now we have a very handy cap that we can take off, and we're not going to lose it. It's going to stick on there, and it's going to stay on pretty well. There we go. Next we take the Sharpie and we write on it water in a couple of places where it's easy to see. Just like that. And now when it's sitting around, people don't pick it up and accidentally drink out of it if it's got something else that you don't want. And make sure you only keep water in here. The very last thing you want to do is go to a thrift store and find an old leather belt. Leather belts were used by the hobos for all kinds of things, from securing their gear to carry straps to strapping themselves on the train so they didn't fall asleep and fall off and get run over or left out in the middle of nowhere. What I liked about this one is that it has a bunch of holes in it, and these are metal, so I can literally put this in here, and instead of having just a few little holes down at the end where the belt fastens, this one can be pulled all the way through. So it can be used pretty well all the way down to nothing. So for a bedroll or anything else that a hobo might need, this right here is going to work great. Of course, you can take a leather belt and punch holes all along it and get the same thing anyway. I just happen to like the look of this one. All right, so we put it in there and fasten it together just like so. And now we have our Hobo Canteen. Just like that. Put it around. Of course, the bigger you are, the longer the belt. This one happens to fit me just about perfectly. And now I can take that and I can carry it. It's very handy, it's very convenient, and I have almost a gallon of water. And so convenient to just drink out of when you need it as you're walking along. This, guys, is a perfect hobo solution to a need to carry water. And it's something that the old timers did, and maybe one of these days I'll show you how they did it with a glass bottle. If you're interested, let me know. So here's the one that I showed you in the video, and this was a vinegar jug. It's a little heavier plastic, so I do like that, and it has a nice little lip where I could attach the cord. But again, it's just a snap top, so you have to be very careful that it doesn't come unsnapped. So if you're going to be doing this, a screw lid is by far better. Well, I hope you've enjoyed another little foray into the past, and not the too distant past. People still do this. This is still a very easy and legitimate way to have a very durable and easily replaceable gallon of water with you, almost a gallon, for your outdoor adventures. And I could see using this even on a camping trip, just in normal times. I mean, again, cheap, easy to do, simple to replace, and if you lose it or break it or melt it, it's really not a big deal. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure and check out the links in the description box below, just under the More button. While you're down there, you'll find the link for our Waypoint Survival digital class. This is where you can sign up to train in the comfort and convenience of your own backyard, the top 20 skills that we consider to be the most important from our Phase 1 Survival and Bushcraft class. You'll also find the link where you can sign up for our Waypoint Survival and Prepping 101 newsletter. Absolutely free to you, comes to your inbox at least once a week, if not sooner. And if you haven't read the recent one about water, that's very important. You definitely need to look that up. And you'll also find the waypointsurvival.com link, which is where you can sign up to take in-person classes at our beautiful training facility in Southern Ohio. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate that. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos, and we'll talk to you next time.